Hello and welcome to the third installment of my CD collection. This video might be a little bit different from the other three because I have just had coffee. The first CD I'm going to share with you today is Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. This is another CD that I got from Nashville. This one I know for a fact has a really good insert. Really colorful. There's Gwen with an orange. Here's the picture that I like. This is the band going down the street with a shopping cart and all of their instruments. And everyone is like a different color. There's lyrics, all the lyrics are in here. And some pictures. I think I like, is it Return of Saturn? I like that one. I think better than Tragic Kingdom. Even though Tragic Kingdom has like the more popular songs on it, I think. Oh, and of course the CD is like orange. Like an orange. Oh, and then on the back, looks like they're at a drive-in. And this was $3. There's a sign on the back that says, "Go away, no doubt, anytime." I'm just fascinated with this one. There's the like rotted fruit, the rotted oranges like down the middle. I haven't really seen a lot of... Oh, look at this one. This CD is just crazy. I was gonna say I haven't seen much art right here in CDs before, but I really like this. Wow, 10 out of 10. I hadn't noticed that behind the CD before. Here is another Atmosphere CD. Might be a little dusty. This is Overcast, and I do have the vinyl version of this that I'm pretty sure I showed in my vinyl video, but interestingly the CD and the record, the vinyl record, have different track listings, like different songs on them. This one has 17 different tracks. My favorite on here is probably... There's a lot of good ones on here. But the ones that are catching my eye are, there's one called At, like an at sign. Sound is Vibration, Multiples, or maybe it's Multiples Reprise. And there's a big at sign on the back too. If there's anything going on in the insert. Oh. This is very The Wall-esque. I really like that. That's like if The Wall was 90s. I'm pretty sure this is from the 90s. Either late or early thousands. This says 97. I don't know what this is on the back, if I'm crazy, but it looks like it's a cable car that's been turned into like either a bar, a studio, or just has stuff in it. I can't tell. Here is, I can zoom back out for a little bit. I inevitably zoom it the wrong way whenever I'm trying to go a certain way. This is Chocolate and Cheese. The big crack on it. Parental Advisory. I just noticed this. This is like very discreet. 'cause usually it's right here in black and white. I didn't even notice the parental advisory. How could you not notice it? Here's the back. I really like the back. Just noticed there's no track list on the back though. I thought this would be it, and I was like, oh, that's cool, they put it up there. That's just like copyright stuff. Alright, let's see what's happening. Oh, of course. And then have to love the CD. Oh, and obviously this is Ween. Let's see. I'm like making a point to go through all of the inserts that I can. Here's Mickey and Aaron on a boat. Can't really tell if it's the same longboat or it's just their pictures taken. I guess it's the same one. There's them under some water. And then I do like that one side is red and one side is blue. Red, blue. My favorite on this album is, without a doubt, Spinal Meningitis. Got Me Down. But I also really like Freedom of 76. I Can't Put My Finger on It has become like a new favorite in the last year. Roses Are Free. Since I always talk about high school in these videos, I really liked Voodoo Lady in high school. And What Diener Was Talking About is also, I like that one. It's like everyone's favorite is like Baby Bitch, but I don't like that one that much, mostly because I don't like the word bitch, but yeah. I saw Ween twice in the last like almost year, and since then I've been like sated. I haven't listened to a lot, not because the shows were bad, the shows are really good, but I just got like overstimulated and so I haven't been listening as much. I used to listen to a ton of Ween and like hope I could see them, and then they started touring again and I saw them twice. Okay, here is Tiger Lily by Natalie Merchant, a promotional copy, and look at the inside. Orange and green. Really simple CD, but I like this. Through these videos, I really feel like I'm becoming a critic of album art and decisions people make. Here she is, like navy this time up here. That's a cool picture of her. And then there's all the lyrics and another picture. Can't tell when it's in focus. Right there. And oh look, I've never seen this. This is it's like kind of hidden, the band I guess that worked with her, and then a picture with a dog on the floor. Copyright 1995, Indian Love Bride, it says in like a different font. Recorded December 1994 to March 1995. In case you're wondering, because I would wonder, I think, my shirt says "Sell Your Car." It's from a Beck concert, and the guy's on a horse, because it looks kind of weird, just like this. I would be wondering, so that's what's on my shirt. Here is Retrospective, the best of Buffalo Springfield. I used to really listen to this album, like I've said a bunch of times with a bunch of these. I used to be really good about playing CDs in the car, and I kind of go through phases where I just want to shuffle my like MP3s on my phone, or I want to listen to entire albums like all at once, the actual CD. I'm not going to show you the CD because it'll just reflect everything. And I don't think the insert has a lot happening. There's a picture. I really like Sit Down, I Think I Love You, and Kind Woman are my two favorites. But also For What It's Worth and Expecting to Fly. Here is Scary Sounds of Halloween, because I felt like I just needed to share this. This is from, I want to say, the Target dollar aisle, when the Target dollar aisle was actually $1. Yep, there it is. There's the blue dot, $1. This is basically just a CD of spooky sounds and like weird screaming, which out of the context of Halloween is sometimes pretty funny to put on. Especially in the car. My friend and I used to really like to play that in high school because we thought it was funny. Here is Labor Days by A$AP Rock. It's a nice picture of him on the back. (2001) is when this was, at least when the back is, with the year listed on the back. Oh, let's look at the little catapults on the CD. Look at those guys. They're cute. Alright, let's see what's happening in the insert. If I can get it out. It's kind of like a skill to be able to get it out without messing it up. It's mostly just like thank yous and who made stuff, yeah. Not a ton of interesting stuff in here. Art direction and design by Dan Ezra Lang. It has his at, when ats used to be websites. My favorite on this is definitely track 8, Coma, but pretty much everything on here. I also like Battery. That song, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, the song Battery, the music in the background he's rapping over sounds like it's from Age of Empires. Age of Empires 2 soundtrack, which I'm very familiar with because I played that game a lot as a child. Here is George Harrison. It's like a greatest hits / compilation album, Let It Roll. A lot of his best on here, but no songs from, I don't think any songs from Living in the Material World. No, there's one, maybe one or two on here, and then nothing from Extra Texture, which are probably my two favorites, so. Greatest hits are like hit or miss for me, because they either have pretty much everything I want, or I feel like if you know an artist pretty well, a lot of stuff that you're missing because you have your unique favorites. Here's On the Beach by Neil Young. Look at this little plant on the back. This is a really solid album in general, but like flows together really well. Like has the same vibe through the whole thing, I think. I just noticed again, like on Zuma, that I think I showed in the last video, the different asterisks and crosses and like degree signs or circles tell you who it was produced by. So I didn't notice that Zuma was not the only time that's happened on a Neil Young album. That's cool, I like that. Oh, look, this is one that folds out like this. There's a big letter. And then the track listing is on a letter also. It's from somebody named Rusty Kershaw. "'Cause Ben is my friend." Is that a saying? Ben is my friend. Isn't that a song by Mark Kozelek, however you say his name? Is that a saying? Is that a reference to this? Do they both just have friends named Ben? I don't know. Okay, moving on. The next album I'm going to show you, I think I have also shared my vinyl copy of Communique. You guys, every time I look at this, I either remember different stuff about the album or I realize stuff. I don't think I've ever noticed. I was going to talk about this little picture. I don't think I've ever noticed it was on an envelope. I don't know why I said envelope. I usually say envelope, but wow, this is like good for me. It's making me be aware of my CDs. There's good old Dire Straits. Mark loves his tank tops. Just a really plain lyrics for every song. I really like this blue. It's blue color. These next two I actually had never opened. They were still in the wrapping, and I was going to open them in the video because I thought that might be a sound people liked, but I decided to just go ahead and open them before because it would have taken too long, and it can be kind of loud, plastic getting taken off. So I had not opened Songs from a Room or Songs of Love and Hate because I got my own CD copies from Barnes & Noble and had already, I almost said rented, that's weird. I had already borrowed the CDs from the library and had them in my music, in my iTunes, so basically I just had these CDs sitting around like my own copy. I think that's Mary Ann on the back, like the Mary Ann, isn't it? Oh, and this one has previously unreleased bonus tracks that I don't know if I've heard before. I don't know who this is. I was looking at this earlier and I would like to know. But the typewriter font for everything in here. There's a picture of a single. Oh, I was looking at this because I was enjoying these band names, Rhinoceros and Frigid Pink, I think I've heard of. Frigid Pink plus Liquid Smoke. When tickets were $5. No more. Oh, yes. I love his art. His, like all of it, but the stuff he draws, or he drew, and it's almost like he used paint or like a tablet to draw it. Also, I don't know if I said, but this is Leonard Cohen. yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to find out that woman's name in the picture. And then here's Songs of Love and Hate, which I, without a doubt, love way more than Songs from a Room. And it has a lot of hairs on it. That's okay. Yeah, I've listened to my vinyl version of this a lot. There he is. I remember looking at this insert at the library when I borrowed their copy. Is it the same woman? I don't think so. But it could be. I need to find out who these people are. He looks really young there. He was handsome like his whole life. What a king. Oh, look at him and his plants. Here is Last Splash. Look at the breeders on the back. Something about bands that are like one guy and three girls. There's a lot of bands I feel like that are a bunch of guys and a girl, but I appreciate guys who can hang with ladies and not be on some weird shit about it. Oh, look at them. They're looking through, are those called, they're not called periscopes, are they? They're just like those binocular things used at the beach. Oh, look. Hee hee hee, cute. Jim's like blocking. Looks like Kim. Yeah, because their names are labeled underneath. Let's zoom in. There's an arrow. Has their names again and what they play upside down. Yes, this is the insert that has like excerpts from the lyrics over pictures. There's a lot of playing with upside down stuff in here. Yeah, look, there they are again, they're upside down. This is a really cool lyrics setup. I think it's kind of like they tried to express the pauses. Looks like cool poetry, which it is, in a way. I want to know more about this heart that's a big part of the album artwork. Oh, I really like this portrait of them. I love the colors. I'm just like bragging on this one, but how can you not love this album? Here's Odelay by Beck. Oh, I zoomed the right way. This reminds me of the memes going around right now about Adam Levine's like shirt and tattoos. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, I think this one is the one with like the egg inside, right? Or not? Oh, the egg's on the back? Yeah. There it is. I appreciate this collage, but I think I still like the Wero album art better. It's like more simple. There's a guy on the toilet that I never noticed. And a devil like sitting on either a chamber pot or a teapot, I think. So that's a common theme. There's a cockroach wearing a crown of thorns. There's a lot to see. Not a lot to understand, but a lot to see. This album, like I was saying about On the Beach, is another like solid, everything fits together, which might just be because I've listened, like I bet once you listen to an album a lot you think, oh, this is really well put together and it all makes sense because you're used to hearing it. But yeah, my favorite on here, I don't know if I can pick out a favorite. I have ones that I like for different reasons. Jackass is really cool since it's uses, like the sample is a cover of a Bob Dylan song, so it's like a lot of layers. Where It's At and High Five Rock the Catskills, I guess, is my favorite. I have the most fun and like funny memories to that song because it's really cool to play it in the car because it's really loud. My friend and I used to play that in the parking lot at high school after school and like annoy people. I think here's Live in London. This is maybe my favorite live album ever because of not even quite banter, but just the talking Leonard does in between. For some reason the insert's like torn up. I don't know if that's from me or what. It also has a ton of songs on it. There's 26, I think. And this is from July 17th, 2008. I just thought of something. I almost was in England at the same time as that. That's really interesting. I went to England when I was 11, but that was in June of 2008. I don't know why it's torn, the insert, but here's a bunch of cool pictures. That guy looks like Tom Waits, but it's not. That would be like too much. This also has my favorite version of Tower of Song on it, which you should listen to that version if you have not. Yes, we love Liz Phair. Yes, we do. Okay. I got this. That's funny. Wait a minute. I don't know how much I got this for. Either $4 or $2. I just love Great Escape. This is White Chocolate Space Egg by Liz Phair. Look at the curve. I just got this vinyl, a vinyl version of this last spring, and I paid money for it, but it was right before she started re-releasing stuff, so it was like a legit original. It's like over in the corner of my room somewhere, but I was like drooling over the cover art, which now I have the CD version, so I can see as well. Oh my gosh, look at it. And I got that album like when I was thinking of and about to take a trip to the desert. I've never seen this before. I'm like the queen of either forgetting. Oh my god, it keeps going. I'm the queen of forgetting what things look like or not looking at inserts. Yeah, that's an insane picture. Yeah, this I'm pretty sure is not part of the vinyl art. This design is, wow. Oh, and then of course I love this. I don't know if I showed that already. Here's Fiona Apple's Tidal. I think she was, I know she was really young, but she was either 16 or 17 when this was released. This album has really like muted colors, which I like. It doesn't want to open. Okay, there. There she is. I like this picture of her a lot. case, because I've been looking at every single insert that like is big, this is really long, I'm sure. I don't know how to pronounce this, but this is Joanna Newsom's, I think, debut album. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about her. I got this from Great Escape because I was really obsessed with Andy Samberg at the time that I went, and I really thought they were like an interesting couple, and I wanted to know more about her music. And I really like Only Skin. I was planning to listen to this album in its entirety for the first time, like all together, which I still haven't done, but I put it on my iTunes and it shuffled and Only Skin came on, and I was like, I'm not gonna listen to it out of context. But it started playing and I let the whole 16 minutes go because I couldn't turn it off because I loved it. Here is my favorite soundtrack album of all time, 13 Going on 30. Another CD I took from my mom, I'm guessing. That was my introduction to a lot of new music. And I had this album memorized, like the next track, like I could list off all the tracks without looking at it in order, but had never seen the movie until like a year ago. And it was an experience, let me tell you, to watch a movie that you like know the soundtrack and love the soundtrack for, because you know what songs are going to be in it, so you're like waiting to see where, and it was just really cool. Yeah, so the Go-Go's, Talking Heads, Vanilla Ice, Madonna. Oh, Liz Phair. This was the first Liz Phair song I heard, and I really liked it. Obviously not as much as I like her older stuff, but so I was really familiar with Why Can't I, but I didn't hear her other music until like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, so just a bunch of 80s and like some early 2000s music on there. Here is Why Am I Out of Breath? Future Sex Love Sounds by Justin Timberlake. I was also in my Andy Samberg phase, kind of in a Justin Timberlake phase when I went to Great Escape, so I got this CD only knowing Sexy Back and What Goes Around. Maybe Summer Love, but I don't think. And then I listened to this whole thing and loved it. I'm so glad I got it. I didn't think it would be as good as it was. Oh, the insert for this is giant. Yeah, it's because there's a page for every single song. Oh, look, he's in the ocean. His pants are wet. He's smashing a disco ball. Wow. This is The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani. Oops. Getting some loud sounds. Oh, there's a lot of different angles of her. She is laughing. Oh, she's crying. Oh no. But the lyrics are like this. This album goes hard. It does. This is Doolittle by Pixies. Oh, and it has a post-it note of secret stuff on the back. there's the CD. Interesting, 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 interesting. Interesting choice of black plus brown, which doesn't match, my mom told me a long time ago. The artwork for this kind of is unsettling, which I think is what they wanted. It's like sepia brown, weird images. But another album that is really, really good and everyone should hear. Thanks for watching. I know this one's going to be really, really long, but for anyone who likes to look at inserts, I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any suggestions for what videos I should make next, I'd love to hear, because I have some ideas, but I'm still not quite sure what to make, because I want to take a break from sharing my music collection for a while, because first of all, I don't have much, like a ton left to share, and I'd like to make some different videos, so leave some suggestions if you can think of any.